Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than how I typically have been doing my episodes. Also, I'm so sorry. I've taken probably about a 2-week hiatus. I've been so focused on my Candle Connection course that I'm creating, and I'm doing my live teaching on Thursday. So I've just been really focused on that, but I really wanted to do a fun video for you guys today. I'm also going to put this up on the podcast, even though it's not a typical structure for my podcast, but I thought it would be fun, even for those of you listening, because I will be very descriptive in how I am reviewing these fragrance oils. So today's episode, we are going to be reviewing Candlescience's new luxury fragrance oils. So it's 2025 and they have 8 luxury fragrance oils. I'm really excited about this because this is something that they haven't ever promoted any of their fragrances as being luxury. And what I find really interesting is what exactly makes a luxury fragrance, or what makes a candle fragrance considered to be luxury. So they actually made a post on Instagram recently, and I just wanted to read a little bit of it to you. So they had made a post and it was talking about what are luxury candles and what makes a fragrance oil luxury. So luxury is all about experience, quality, and exclusivity. From cars to candles to clothing, luxury tier products provide an elevated experience that gives the buyer a feeling of prestige. So when we're diving into what makes a fragrance oil luxury, they discuss how rare notes and complex blends typically gives off more of a luxury feel. So if there's a candle that a lot of people have already smelled it before, let's say a blueberry muffin fragrance, that typically wouldn't be able to be considered a luxury fragrance, whereas there are many other fragrances that have more complexity to their notes, maybe some unique scents that people think, I don't even know what that smells like. So let's get into the actual oils. And I don't ever like to look at what the notes are. I like to get the out of the bottle experience first before I look at the notes. So the way that I'm going to do it in today's episode is I'm going to smell the fragrance. I'll tell you exactly what it is. And then right after, I'll read you what the description of that fragrance is. So that's a new way that I'm doing it. I know typically I would put up the fragrance notes on screen, but because this is also going on the podcast, I'm also going to say it out loud. So I'm going to try not to, I'm sure you can hear on the mic right now, I'm trying not to ruffle this too much. Okay, so the first one is called Enoki Forest. So E-N-O-K-I, Enoki. If you have been here for many years, you know I'm not very good at pronouncing things. So I always smell the cap. So I take it off and I smell the cap and I kind of waft it in front. Oh, okay. This one is very soft. It's not very powerful out of the bottle. It's there is some kind of smoky sweetness is kind of what I'm getting from this. So talking about a forest, so I definitely get a little bit of greenery in there. This one is really nice. Wow, typically I'm not a huge fan. Now, I don't know if there is smoke in here, but I'm kind of picking up on that. So kind of a smoky, earthy, with a little bit of sweetness. I smell some kind of fruitiness in here. Maybe like a pear or some kind of fruit. This one is really nice. Out of the bottle, the strength, I would give it probably about a 6 out of 10. Fragrance, I would say probably maybe an 8.5 out of 10 in how much I like it. So let me look. So Enoki Forest is an enchanted clearing in the woods with notes of aldehydes, mushrooms, and earth. Very interesting. I'd have to look deeper into actually seeing if there are sweet notes in there. Overall, pretty impressed. I actually really like that one. The next scent is Ambered Vanille. Vanille? Ambered Vanille. So let's see. I'm assuming maybe like a vanilla amber. Oh, yes. Okay, this one screams luxury to me. There's something about amber that really brings on that luxurious feel. There was a body spray, I think it was Egyptian Amber from Bath & Body Works, I can't remember, maybe it's actually still a scent. It might still be. I haven't ever smelled it before. But that was a scent that was really popular when I was in middle school. And I remember spraying it all the time. And this smells very similar. This is really nice. And this is stronger. This is probably about maybe a 7.5 out of 10 in strength. And then, I don't know, I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10 in terms of how I like this one. So if I'm looking at Amber Vanille, a luxurious and sophisticated vanilla with notes of sugar, jasmine, and amber. Okay, I pick up a little bit on the jasmine. I definitely see how there's a teeny tiny bit of floral in there, although I'm not a huge fan of jasmine. So it's definitely more of that blend. That one's really nice. I really like that one. I could definitely see that one being a really big seller, especially for wholesale. I don't know. I may consider that one. That one's really nice. The next one is Elderflower Aperitif. Aperitif. If you haven't been able to tell, I haven't even looked at the names of these yet. I just ordered them. I love everything to be a surprise because I want my true, honest opinion on it without getting any kind of outside like understanding of what the fragrance is. Oh, that hit me a little pungent, a little sharp and pungent, but now it's starting to mellow out. Ooh, it's still a little pungent. Okay, what is that? Okay. Oh, you know what? It smells like alcohol to me. I don't like alcohol. So it smells like bubbly champagne alcohol. That's exactly, oh my God, it smells like alcohol. Wine? What is this? Elderflower? A scent that captures the experience of sipping a cordial on a sunlit terrace with notes of raspberry, elderflower, and cedarwood. Okay, I get that. I'm like, this smells like alcohol to me, like an alcoholic drink of some kind. It is very strong. Okay, not like super strong out of the bottle, maybe about a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. I'm not a fan just because I don't like alcohol, so I don't think it's fair for me to give a rating on that, but I'm sure a lot of people would really like that, especially if you're wanting to do some kind of wine collection or something like that. I could definitely see that one being pretty popular and fun to play around with. I wonder how that would do in a candle mixed with the wax. The next one is Water Lily, just simply Water Lily. Oh, okay. Powdery, soft floral, maybe a little bit of beachiness to it. You know, it kind of smells a little bit like baby powder mixed with like a beachy floral scent is kind of what I'm getting at with this one. So Water Lily, a sun-dappled blend of aquatic and floral aromas with notes of marine, mimosa flower, and lily. Okay. So obviously I'm not going to get like all of these fancy, like I'm not going to get that detailed to where I'm going to know exactly what the notes are. But I tend to pick up a little bit on certain things. I mean, sometimes I smell things that are not at all what's in it, but that's interesting about what people pick up on the individual scents. The next one is Speak Easy. That's fun. Wasn't that like a alcohol during like the, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, where they took away alcohol. I can't remember what that was called. I'm not a history person, but I know I've heard the term speakeasy. Oh, this smells Christmassy to me. I smell pine. Almost a little bit of like a cooling, maybe like a minty pine with a little bit of fruit. This smells very Christmassy to me. It's wonderful. I do really like this one. Okay, a fragrance with equal parts glamour and mystery that evokes the jazz age with notes of peppercorn, sage, and leather. Okay, so I'm assuming the peppercorn and the sage together is kind of giving me that pine scent, although there may be some more in here. The peppercorn, I feel like that probably is coming out just a teeny tiny bit in this. I definitely pick up a little bit on the leather now. That one's an interesting scent. That one's a little bit more kind of sophisticated. I could see that being really fun with some kind of, it smells kind of like it would be maybe a book themed candle in a way. I could definitely see that being a part of that. Okay, so we have 3 more. So this one is White Peach Blossom. So I'll probably like this one because I like any kind of fruity scents, but it seems like it might be fruity floral. Oh, this smells so familiar. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I worked at Jamba Juice and we had a drink. It was on the secret menu called White Gummy. And this smells very similar to it. So it's a blend of different fruity pineapple sherbets together with some mango. So maybe peach. Oh, definitely pick up on the peach. Peach, pineapple, mango with some kind of earthy floral to it. Let's see. A delicate, charming floral with notes of peach, sweet pea, and teakwood. Okay, sweet pea. I'm definitely picky up on that now. Ooh, the peach and the sweet pea together is really nice. This one is really nice. The teakwood, I think, kind of balances it out. Yeah, this one's really nice. It has a decent, decently strong fragrance out of the bottle. I know I was giving the other ones ratings, so sorry. I think that I missed the ratings on a couple of them. This one I would probably give maybe a 7.5 out of 10 in terms of the strength out of the bottle. And then the scent, I don't know, maybe 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's pretty nice. I like that one. I don't know if I would consider that one to be luxury, but it is really nice. Okay, so Obsidian. This is, I have no idea what this is going to smell like. Okay, so masculine, I'm picking up on, oh my gosh, what is that? Some kind of woodsy scent. I'm getting some kind of minty woodsy scent going on. So some kind of like cedar, sandalwood, some kind of woodsy scent going on. What is this one? This is an alluring dark scent named for black volcanic glass with notes of hemp, peppercorn, and rum. Wow. Interesting. Maybe that's why I'm like, what am I smelling? I know that Candlescience has a hemp scent, so that's interesting if they put that in here. And I guess I can kind of tell a little bit. The peppercorn and the rum. It's the peppercorn, I think, that I'm really picky up on. I got to smell that note individually to really be able to pick that out. It's not super strong out of the bottle. You know, they're all pretty like normal in terms of that. I mean, there's certain scents where it's like, whoa, that's really strong. All of these have been around maybe like a 7, 8 out of 10 in terms of strength. So nothing really weak, nothing really strong, somewhere in the middle. I feel like that would be really nice in a candle, more masculine. And again, maybe for like some kind of book themed candle. That's kind of what I'm picking up there on that. And then last one is Gilded Mandarin. So I have a feeling I'm going to like this because again, it's probably going to be fruity. So we'll see. Oh, okay. Fruity, but muted. Okay, what is that is kind of muting the citrus? This one is a little bit weaker out of the bottle, so I want to say maybe like a 6 out of 10. But it is nice. So I definitely pick up on the orangey citrus notes. There's something else in there that I'm not, like a foggy, it's almost like a foggy citrus. So this is a regal citrus aroma as bright and warm as the golden summer sun with notes of mandarin, cassis, cassis, and sandalwood. Okay, I could see the sandalwood. Okay, I could definitely see the sandalwood. To me, it smells like a foggy kind of orangey citrus kind of scent. Very interesting. These blends are very interesting. I would say, which one did I like the best? Definitely the ambered vanille. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's fun. Vanille. This one is absolutely my favorite. This one screams the most luxury to me. I think it's the amber. Amber has something, a hold on the real luxury feel. So unfortunately at this moment, my volume actually cut out. There was only about 2 more minutes left, so it wasn't really that important, but I just wanted to hop on here and just say thank you so much for listening or watching today's episode. I really appreciate it. I know it was a little different than what I typically do, but I hope you had a lot of fun just kind of hearing my first impressions of these new luxury fragrances from Candlescience. And with that, I will see you in the next one.